Hello everyone, I'm Digital Halo, and this is a new series where we take a deep dive into one specific card in Harry Potter Magic Awakened. Today we're going to take a look at what is, in my opinion, the most OP card in the game, PIERTOTUM LOCOMOTOR. We're going to take a look at what the card does, how to use it, what decks it's good in, and most importantly, how to counter it. So if you want to see more of this series, please comment below on what card you want to see next, and if you like this sort of content, please swish and flick the subscribe button. Alright, let's talk PIERTOTUM LOCOMOTOR. PIERTOTUM LOCOMOTOR is a 6-mana legendary creature card that summons 2 stone soldiers with a ton of HP. When you summon them, they taunt enemies around you, and they take virtually no damage while taunting. The good thing about this card is it is a phenomenal tank, and unlike most big summons in the game, it is not countered by Crucio. It does have some negative aspects to it as well, like it can't attack air creatures, and Locomotor doesn't do great damage, especially for a card that costs 6 mana. You can make this weakness go away by using Swelling Solution, Bomb Box, or Hagrid's Echo. This card is best used when trying to protect yourself from creatures. For example, you can summon them to taunt away all the creatures attacking you, giving you more time to deal with them. But the best echo for Locomotor is Hagrid, because Hagrid takes advantage of the Locomotor's biggest strength, which is its HP stat. His echo heals 28% of its already ridiculous high HP when they take substantial damage. And he gets rid of one of the biggest weaknesses of this card by giving them a 50% attack speed boost. Honestly, I think this is the most overpowered combo in the game, and Hagrid Echo turns this card into an absolute monster. So how do we counter the Locomotor? Well, first we want to make sure our cards are within 2 levels of the Locomotor we're trying to counter, and second we want to make sure we don't use that much more mana than the mana used to summon the Locomotor to counter it, because at that point you're just wasting mana. Unless you use more mana and have a creature left after the encounter with the Locomotor. Most of the cards you see me use to counter Locomotor in this video are either 2 levels lower or 1 level lower than my opponent's Locomotor. Also shout out to Heather for helping me record this. Let's take a deep dive into how certain cards counter PIERTOTUM LOCOMOTOR. First up, we have companions, and our first companion is Ron. He just picks up PIERTOTUM LOCOMOTOR and yeets them at the opponent. Our next companion counter is Cassandra, who's especially good in a Fortress Neville deck, because after she kills PIERTOTUM LOCOMOTOR, she does take a little bit of damage, and you can heal her back up with Neville, where she can fight them again and again and again. Our final companion counter is McGonagall, who turns them into little squirrels and little creatures, and you can take your time summoning other creatures to kill PIERTOTUM LOCOMOTOR because they don't do any damage, or you can kill them with spells. Next, we have creature counters to Locomotor, and our first counter is Pixie. Pixie does decent amount of damage, but it does take a little bit of time for them to kill Locomotor, and during that time they will chase you around, so you might want to use something like Inflatus to get them off of you, so Pixies can take care of them. Our next creature counter is Opali, which is a fantastic card to counter them because it costs 6 mana as well. But it kills them very slowly, so you want to supplement Opali's damage with something like a Bomb Box, or use Inflatus so the Locomotors are stuck in a spot for a long time, and Opali can take care of them. Finally, we have Firecrab, my favorite counter to PIERTOTUM LOCOMOTOR, and if you put Firecrab in the correct spot as you see on video, you can take him out and still have half of your health left on your Firecrab, which makes it good for taking out 2 PIERTOTUM LOCOMOTORs. Sometimes in the heat of battle, you're in a tough spot and can't really find the perfect placement for Firecrab, and that's fine. Sometimes you just want to mix it with Inflatus, and that will take care of PIERTOTUM LOCOMOTOR every single time. Let's move on to spells that counter PIERTOTUM LOCOMOTOR, and first up is Whizbang. It costs 7 mana, but it kills PIERTOTUM LOCOMOTOR outright every single time because of its high damage. After that, we have Poison, which is great because PIERTOTUM LOCOMOTOR is slow, so you can make them take a ton of damage from Poison. And while they're doing that, you can also run around them and do auto attacks, killing them faster. We have a sneaky counter to PIERTOTUM LOCOMOTOR here, and that's Water Orb. My water orb is 2 levels lower than her PIERTOTUM LOCOMOTOR, so it doesn't kill them outright, but if you have a well-leveled water orb, it will definitely take out PIERTOTUM LOCOMOTOR. Another really solid spell counter to PIERTOTUM LOCOMOTOR is Confringo, and my level 9 Confringo almost killed both these PIERTOTUM LOCOMOTORs. And it costs less than 6 mana, so it's a fantastic counter. We also have Incendio as a solid counter to PIERTOTUM LOCOMOTOR. Again, mine is a level 9 Incendio, and you can see that it gets pretty close to killing both those PIERTOTUM LOCOMOTORs. We also have Sectum Sempra as a soft counter to PIERTOTUM LOCOMOTOR. I just wouldn't suggest it as much as Incendio. If you're playing something like Snape, a Nebulous can take out PIERTOTUM LOCOMOTOR because you can hide in the Nebulous and they can't see you, which lets you auto-attack them for free. Finally, there are some situational counters like Glacis, which is a good counter if the opponent has a bunch of creatures surrounding the Locomotor. And Augmenta can be a fairly good counter as well if there's no other creature on the field and you can target the Locomotor down. Hagrid does make Locomotor a lot harder to deal with, but there are still 2 surefire ways to counter Locomotor, and that's with Firecrab and Inflatus, as well as Whizbang.